Literally, the dude's name sounded like the Hebrew word for pain. And all his life, that's all he was known by. Every morning he woke up, someone called him, he's a pain. You ain't nothing but a pain. He had to have that reflected. That was his identity. That's all he had known his whole life. And yet in his torment, he cried out to God. He laid hands on something. He blessed something, right? And he cried out to God. Let me get the words for you. Oh, that you would bless me and enlarge my territory. Bless that work of my hands, right? Just because I'm going through something doesn't mean I got to stay there. Bless the work of my hands. Watch, watch, watch. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm so that I will be free from pain. This name doesn't identify me. You do. I want to be free from it. So I bless, I don't curse. You know how easy it would have been for him to roll over and accept what everyone called him day in and day out, what he grew into, what he lived with? And yet, he refused to do so. He wanted to be free from pain. What was his secret? Because God honored the request. I'm telling you, the secret was he blessed instead of cursed. Coming out of his mouth was the anointing, was the laying on of hands. Not for others to be seen by, but for his God to know that this current situation, this life that I'm living is not final. You final. And I will bless and I will not curse. Better said today, I ain't gonna cuss my life. I'm gonna bless my life. And it amazed God. Why? Because you know how many people do this? Too few. Too few. Most of them take what's coming to them. I've just been dealt a bad hand in life, and they start agreeing with their circumstances and their situations, with what other people are telling them, who they are, what they could do, what they're capable of. And they start thinking and believing in that heart, and it starts coming out their mouth. They're like, I guess I'm just not the one. I guess I was just given a bad hand in life. I guess the dice just aren't rolling my way. I guess I'm just gonna have to live with this or live this way. And instead of realizing that there's a God above that is waiting for someone to step up and step out and amaze him just by being faithful, just by speaking what he knows is true because they believe it, changes everything. I'm telling you, there's so much power in prayer. Don't you neglect it and don't you negate it. There is so much power because when you speak, God listens. And if you cussing, how you know he ain't honoring that? I set before you life and death this day. Choose life. You can choose death. I'm going to honor that one. But choose life because I want to honor that one. So what you doing with yours? Jabez literally grew up as a pain in his mother's side. Literally. And yet he was found highly favored by God. Heard his answer. Or answered his cry for him. Why? Because he dared bless the plow. Dared, spoke the blessing instead of the curse. And I'm challenging you, you better start doing the same thing because you meant to amaze God.